Hi, welcome to the Sew Along 2018 with GourmetQuilter. We're using some very delicious New Zealand fabrics with some New Zealand designs, some appliqué and things in amongst the quilts. We're up to block 14, so if you've already purchased the pattern from GourmetQuilter.com, you'll have your notes. It tells you it's got some pictures, it's got some cutting information and some how we put the blocks together. So I'll just show you the block that we're doing this time. It's block, as I said, block 14. We've done some of these techniques before, but it's just a matter of it's being the same, but maybe different. So this block, if you want to see where it comes in the quilt, for example, just to give you an idea, it's actually this one that's just here, so that you can just see that it kind of just settles in nicely. We're already doing alternate blocks that are forming the chain in the background, but this is block 14. So I'm just going to run through with you how I've put that block together. So starting with these half square triangles in the corners. I've already actually done some of mine, but I haven't finished them yet. So they're going to be, because I'm doing a different colour this time, they're going to be red. So what I've got is two squares. I've got a white square and a red square. I've drawn my diagonal line right through the middle, but I've drawn another one ½ inch away. That's because we don't actually need this piece. However, I thought if we do that, we can cut between them and save this piece. We've been saving pieces. It's kind of fun. We don't need them for this quilt, but we're going to make something else that's very delicious. So I'm just going to trim that off. So we just want to trim halfway between those two lines. So just using the ½ inch line on my ruler to lay on top of the longer line, I'm just going to trim between. We don't need that, but as you can see, that because we've done that second sewing line, we've got something that is quite usable rather than just two triangles that we might not use. And now I'm just going to press this, and I'm just going to press it in towards that stronger colour. And there's our little, we call them half square triangles. It's because the triangles are half a square, but it's actually a square. So we've got 4 of those for the corners of the block. So that's kind of fun to have those already. We've got a centre square for the block. Now on the block here on the sides, and we have done this before, we're just going to make it so that this little green that I've got here, which is actually going to be black on the block I'm making now, shows up as a sort of little star, and then we're just wanting this background to set things off around there. So I've already gone ahead and done some of my pieces. So I've got my little triangles on there, but I'll just go through with you just to show you how I've got there. So we're starting off with this colour in the centre is our main square, so I've got this green square here, and we've got some small squares that are going to form the triangles. And I've already drawn my line. We just need a diagonal line on the back of all those small squares. So I've already done that just with a pencil and a ruler. Here I've already sewn 2 on, so we're sewing opposite corners with opposite fabrics to achieve the look that we're after today. So I've sewn right on that sewing line, and now I'm going to trim those ½ inch away. So I'm going to lay my ½ inch line on my seam line and just trim that off, turn it around and do the same on this side. And then I'm going to press that, and I'm just going to press those seams in towards the little triangle corner. And the same with this one. And so now I've got a very delicious looking piece of fabric, but not quite what I want. So now I want to have another corner of the dark, so I put that next to and place that on there and stitch it, and the same thing on the opposite corner again, and I stitched across there. So I'll just do that, and then we can just see how that's all going to look when it comes together nicely. And now the opposite corner, just sewing right on that drawn line. And now I'm just going to trim those 2 little corners off as well. So you can chain piece these through. You'll be making 4 of these little squares, but if you're making both blocks at once, you're making 8. So that's kind of fun to do them all at once. You can push them through one after the other at each stage. And just press those corners out so that we've ended up with a square the same size as we started with, but it's got 4 corners on it. And it what basically makes up into a 9 patch type block. So I'm going to pop that there, put my corners around, do the little layout thing. And now I want the dark corners in towards the center. And then that all just needs to be joined up. So I'm going to join the 3 across into little rows. Then I'm going to press the seams in alternating directions so that then I can join the 2 rows together and those seams will nestle nicely together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show it to you when it's... So I finished sewing the rows together. I press these seams that way, I press these ones that way and these ones that way so that they would nestle nicely at the joins. And now I'm just going to press these ones all one way. So some of them are a little bit stubborn, they may not want to press comfortably, but with a little bit of encouragement they'll get there for you. I'll turn that around a bit. So there we've done block 14 quite satisfactorily. So there's 2 of those. So the other one that's up there and this one is just kind of looking fun, and we're just galloping through these blocks. This sew along is so much fun. It's going to be a great quilt when it's all put together, I think. So that's it for block 14. Thank you. We'll see you for block 15.